Ever found yourself staring at your Newton, ready to dive into some personal finance magic, only to realize it's running on empty? You're not alone. It's a question many Newton users ponder. How exactly do you get those funds flowing into your account? Think of your Newton account as your digital wallet for all things crypto and fiat. Just like a physical wallet needs cash, your Newton account needs funds to enable you to buy, sell, and trade various assets. Whether you're looking to snag some Bitcoin, dive into the world of Ethereum, or simply hold onto Canadian dollars, having funds in your Newton account is the crucial first step. Now, before we jump into the how, let's quickly touch upon the why someone might want to add money to Newton. Perhaps you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast looking to capitalize on market dips, or maybe you're just starting your journey into the exciting world of digital assets. You might be planning to dollar cost average into your favorite coins, or you might need fiat currency readily available for upcoming trades. Whatever your reason, understanding how to fund your account efficiently is paramount. So, the burning question remains, how do you actually add money to your Newton account? Thankfully, Newton offers a few convenient methods to get your funds in and ready for action. Let's explore each of these options step by step. One of the most popular and straightforward ways to fund your Newton account is through an Interac e-transfer. If you're in Canada, you're likely already familiar with this secure and widely used method for sending and receiving money electronically. To use Interac e-transfer with Newton, you'll first need to ensure that your bank supports this feature, which most major Canadian financial institutions do. Once you've confirmed that, the process within the Newton app is typically quite seamless. You'll usually navigate to the fund or deposit section of the app. Here, you should see Interac e-transfer as one of the available options. Selecting this will likely provide you with specific instructions and a unique email address associated with your Newton account. This unique email address is crucial. When you initiate the e-transfer from your online banking platform, you'll need to add Newton as a recipient. Use the specific email address provided by the Newton app as the recipient's email. You'll also be prompted to set up a security question and answer. Here's a key point to remember: always use the exact security question and answer provided by Newton. This acts as a digital key to ensure your funds are correctly attributed to your account. Double-check for any typos before sending. Once you've sent the e-transfer from your bank, Newton will typically process it within a few hours, although it can sometimes take slightly longer depending on your bank and the volume of transactions. You will usually receive a notification within the Newton app once the funds have been successfully deposited into your account. Interac e-transfer is generally a convenient option for smaller to medium-sized deposits and is often fee-free from Newton's side, although your bank might have its own limits or fees associated with e-transfers, so it's always a good idea to check with them. Another method for funding your Newton account is through a wire transfer. This option is generally preferred for larger deposit amounts as it often has higher transaction limits compared to Interac e-transfer. To initiate a wire transfer, you'll again need to navigate to the fund or deposit section within the Newton app and select the wire transfer option. You will then be provided with Newton's banking details, including their bank name, branch address, account number, and potentially a SWIFT/BIC code for international transfers, though primarily for fiat deposits. It's absolutely critical to include your unique Newton reference code or user ID in the wire transfer details. This code acts as an identifier, ensuring that the receiving bank knows which Newton account to credit the funds to. Without this reference code, your deposit could experience significant delays or even be rejected. Once you have all the necessary information, you'll need to initiate the wire transfer through your bank, either online, via phone, or in person at a branch. Keep in mind that wire transfers typically involve fees charged by both your bank and potentially the receiving bank. These fees can vary depending on the banks involved and the amount being transferred. Wire transfers generally take longer to process than Interac e-transfers, often ranging from 1 to several business days. Once the funds have been received and processed by Newton, they will appear in your account balance. Due to the nature of wire transfers and the associated fees, this method is usually more suitable for larger sums of money. While less common, it's worth noting that Newton might occasionally offer other funding methods or integrations in the future. It's always a good idea to check the fund or deposit section within the Newton app for the most up-to-date list of available options. Now that we've covered the primary methods of adding funds, let's touch upon a few important considerations to ensure a smooth and secure funding experience. Verification is key. Before you can deposit or withdraw significant amounts, Newton, like most regulated financial platforms, will require you to verify your identity. This typically involves providing personal information and uploading identification documents. Completing the verification process early on will prevent delays when you want to fund your account or make withdrawals. Deposit limits. Be aware that Newton, as well as your bank, may have daily, weekly, or monthly deposit limits for each funding method. These limits are in place for security reasons and can vary depending on your account tier and the funding method used. It's always wise to check these limits within the Newton app or with your bank before attempting to make a deposit. Processing times. As mentioned earlier, processing times can vary depending on the funding method. Interac e-transfers are generally the fastest, while wire transfers can take longer. Keep these timelines in mind, especially if you need funds in your account urgently. Fees. While Newton itself often doesn't charge fees for deposits via Interac e-transfer, your bank might. Wire transfers typically involve fees from both sides. Always be aware of any potential fees associated with your chosen funding method. Newton's fee structure for various transactions is usually outlined on their website or within the app. Security. When initiating a deposit, always double-check the recipient details, especially the unique Newton email address for Interac e-transfers and the reference code for wire transfers. Phishing scams involving fake deposit addresses can occur, so be vigilant and only trust the information provided directly within the official Newton app. Troubleshooting. If you encounter any issues while trying to fund your account, the first step should be to double-check all the information you've entered. Ensure the recipient email or bank details are correct, the security question and answer for e-transfers match exactly, and your reference code is included in the wire transfer details. If the problem persists, Newton typically has a support section or customer service you can reach out to for assistance. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.